Hello guys, we are here in Kansas. Yes, we're here at Kansas Speedway for race number 9 of the season here in the Mopar Nationwide Series, and this track is going to be very interesting today. See, as they newly repaved one like they did last season in the Cup Series, we saw some great racing, and it probably was one of the better races of the season, so don't expect much less today here for these drivers. And we do have a couple of drivers making their season debut after the replacements were concluded, and we'll get to those in a moment. On the pole today is James Qualls in the 70 car, his first pole of the season for today's Yellow Transportation 300. He's out front. On the outside of him is the 52 car of Seth Cole. A couple of drivers need a good run, or would love to have a good run, especially a win. Mike Becker, sporting STP colors this week, will be starting third. Alex Jones up there in the standings, we running in the 4th position when the green flag drops. Row 3 has Cody Lamas in the 54 and Cole Dowley in the 9. Row 4 has Michael Norman right here in the 88, new look, the Voodoo paint scheme. Michael's looking to get a win. Points leader coming in. He's not far behind Alex Jones, who's second in the points, so they're both up there in the top 10. Outside him is Randy Carpenter. Rounding out the top 10 will be Aaron Reed and Sean Henley. Now getting back to the drivers, the new drivers, and actually it's kind of irony what happened. The 14 car is now driven by Ryan Juke, who replaced Jack Rasmussen. Ryan Juke actually replaced somebody last season, I believe, in the 14, and he is in the exact same car he was in last season, except a lot earlier in the season. So Ryan Juke returns back to his original ride in a different color hefty car this week, but he's back in the 14. The irony of that is pretty crazy. And I'm trying to think the other driver was, oh yeah, and number 22 car, that is Chris Kyle. That's a bad camera angle. There he is. He's starting about mid-pack, replacing Eric Burden, who asked for his release from his ride. So Chris Kyle is the actual rookie. Ryan Juke is not, who ran last season. So Kyle, another driver competing for the Rookie of the Year honors. We'll see how Chris Kyle does today in that 22. We'll get ready to go racing though here. Yellow Transportation 300 is about to go underway. Get ready to get the radio chatter and all that good stuff.
Just like I told these boys in the meeting, we don't need anything over the top today. We got a good race car, we got a good driver, we got a good pit crew. All we got to do is just everybody carry the weight. We'll be just fine at the end of this thing.
The field is rolling by. It looks like nobody is having any kind of issues at the start. So we're going to take a look now at the starting line for today's Yellow Transportation 300 here at Kansas Speedway. There's a look at your grid for today's Yellow Transportation 300. It's already time for the race to begin. 41 laps. Pace car heads off. James Qualls, Seth Cole lead them down to the green flag and get the race going today here at Kansas. And there's a green flag, and yes, the apron will be utilized in this race as the green flag is out and we're racing in Kansas. Qualls gives out to an early lead. Clears Seth Cole, and now Mike Becker is after Cole. And don't be surprised about 3 wide racing, because it will happen. And sadly, even 4 wide, like we already see. That is Daniel Boyle, who's way up the track. They're all really getting close right now. At the line, it was James Qualls that led the first lap. Or, well, barely. 3 wide for the lead. Cody Lama is going after Becker and Qualls for the lead. Oh, Cole Dowley went way up the hill. Carpenter might give him a shot. Cody Lamas to the lead, but Michael Norman is going to the inside of him. Norman, interesting fact today, first time I probably brought it up, he's the only driver in the series that have completed all 100% of the laps this season. Oh, they're really close back there. And at the line, ooh, that would have been a great photo finish. That Aaron Reed, oh, there was a huge crash. That was right in front of the field. What? We'll have to go back and check that, but there's a bunch of the lead runners just got taken out. Alright. That was a huge crash behind the race leaders. That was amongst the top 5. That was crazy. They've always been wrecking off turn 4. That was in turn 1. Aaron Reed in the 18 leads him back to the line. Michael Norman second. Alex Jones got by in third. There's James McLeod fourth, and another turn car 3 in a row right there. Barney Ward in 5th. He was involved. Oh, the pole sitter, James Qualls, was in it. I think he was one of the first ones I saw get involved in it. There is the 51 Xavier Livingston. Joshua Mudd was involved. Steven Gonzalez, last week's winner, was involved. Cody Lamas sitting on pit road destroyed. Seth Cole, the outside pole sitter, was involved. There's Cole Daly. Maybe it wasn't as big a wreck as I thought, but maybe for other cars that might have damage. I think actually that was all. I thought it was going to be a huge crash. It took a lot of the front runners out, and the leaders are pitting. So we'll go ahead and check this out. And here comes James Qualls. That's a tough break for him and Seth Cole. The front row got involved in the wreck. And Qualls is done for the day in the 70 car. That's a tough break. And people are making their pit stops. And James McLeod, ooh, there was almost contact with Carpenter and Aaron Reed, who didn't get a good jump out. And James McLeod's going to lead him out. Michael Norman had a horrible stop. Alex Jones actually beat him out. He caught up Sean Henley there, and everybody else starts coming out. There's Mike Becker. I don't know if he has any damage. He's late coming to pit road. Almost at 9. There's Seth Cole. He's again. See if he can repair his damage. Looks like he'll stay in the race. I believe Cody Lamas might drop out. Gonzalez might as well. So I have to wait and see on that. But we're under caution for the first time today here at Kansas. Let's go back to the replay and see what exactly happened to bring out the caution. It's up at the front. Yes, they are 4 wide. Steven Gonzalez up in 4th place. He's already making a charge toward the front. I'm trying to see who the initial contact was. Cole Daly and James Qualls back there are smacking doors in the 9 and the 70. Does Steven Gonzalez get into Steven? Nope. Oh, Cole Daly gets up in James Qualls and Cody Lamas. Oh, they're all going to come down together as a group, and Gonzalez going to get turned up into his teammate. Xavier Livingston gets a piece of it. They're all going to hit the wall. Look at Lamas' car go up in the air. Qualls up in the air. Randy Carpenter actually got a piece of it as well. There's Daly, Seth, Mike Becker. I don't know if he actually really got a piece of it. Look at these cars fly through the air. Look at Joshua Mudd on top of Xavier Livingston. Seth Cole, Cody Lamas is barrel rolling. I don't know if any of these cars up here get involved. They continue on, I think. The hard impact for these cars. And there sits last week's winner and today's pole sitter right there next to each other. James Qualls and Steven Gonzalez. Cody Lamas is still barrel rolling. It's like watching Talladega Nights, the slow motion flips. They had to go to a commercial break because it took so long. And that Interstate Batteries Toyota Camry. Kyle Busch Motorsports car right there. Not the day Cody was looking for. He's actually been on a couple of good runs lately. He's going to rest on his roof. And many cars were taken out, especially some of the front runners that qualified well, taken out early in today's race. We're going to do an onboard view and see what some of the drivers saw. On board with the pole sitter, James Qualls, and this is what he saw that ended his day prematurely today, and it's a tough break. He had high hopes today after starting on the pole, and he actually started last week, so big turnaround qualifying for this team, but not going to get the results once again after this happened to him, along with a few of the other cars around him. Cole Daly just shoved him up into Cody Lamas, and he's going to get a good view of the 54 flipping. There's last week's winner, Steven Gonzalez, who was just starting to get on a couple of good runs. Look at Lamas flipping over on the apron. Now we're going to go and take another onboard view with another car, what they saw. We had to take an onboard view of Cody Lamas and see what he saw because he went for the wild ride amongst all the drivers, and this is exactly what Cody saw from his onboard camera. Look at this ride he's going to go for. This car just continues to flip probably 8 to 10 times. And that's it for Cody. His day is over and the camera goes out. We'll see if we can find one more onboard view before we go back to green. Our final view is going to go with somebody that actually avoided the wreck barely, and that's one of the newcomers coming back to the series, Ryan Juke, in his second run in the Mopar Nationwide Series. This is on board his rental wraps Toyota Camry, and this is what he saw and how close he was to actually getting in this wreck. Goes the corner, like, yeah, welcome back to the Mopar Nationwide Series. We got a little bit of a tap from the 43 car, but wow, that was a close call for Ryan Juke. Great driving. He has the experience in the series and with this car, so that really paid off, being able to maneuver around that wreck. So good job by Ryan. We'll go back now to live action and get ready for the restart here for the Yellow Transportation 300 as James McLeod is your race leader here in Kansas. Well, before we go back to green, we had an accident coming to pit road on that last set. Sam Young's trying to pull into his pit stop. Rohit Vaderview's coming out, and yes, Mr. I Hate Pit Stops is involved in something else on pit road. And he gets hung up behind him, and Sam Young's car does a two-step going back. I guess you could say three-step at this point. Rohit's trying to back up, gets hit by Chris Dollarton, then hits Sam Young. So Dollarton got a little piece of it. Rohit has some rear end damage. Sam Young resets back to his pit stall momentarily. Right there. He's still sitting on pit road, I believe, so we'll keep an eye on the 66 and update him along with the other two cars involved in the wreck. But now back to the restart, finally, here in Kansas. And we're back, getting ready to go green, about to take lap 8 of 41. Drivers that dropped out of the race include Joshua Mudd, Xavier Livingston, James Qualls, Steven Gonzalez, and Cody Lamas are out. Sam Young is on pit road 2 laps down after we just saw the wreck on pit road. Seth Cole has continued on, Cole Daly, Mike Becker, Randy Carpenter also involved in the wreck, continue on. And the drivers, Rohit Vaderview is 28th, who was involved in the pit road accident. Chris Dollarton is in 24th. Sam Young is 37th, 2 laps down, and still sitting on pit road. The new leader is now James McLeod, who's only had a best finish of 17th this season. Really hasn't had a chance to go for a win, other than Memphis, where he really got taken out by a pit stop. And the caution coming out really took him out a chance of winning. He was dominating that race. Would love to get a win, love to get at least a top 10, get the season going. He's very much struggled most of his career in the Nationwide Series here, and he would just love to have some kind of good luck. This is first full season back since season 1. He ran part-time last season, got into about halfway through the season, didn't run that well in the 87. He's not going to lead this lap either. He did lead that first couple laps though, but Aaron Reed looks like been one of the fast cars here, and Brody Banta, that if you haven't really recognized what car he's in, he's not in the Kodak car anymore after last week, what happened at Texas and the controversy in that finish and him holding him up as a lap car. Banta to the lead in that Rockwell Chevrolet. And, oh, we got cars rubbing doors back there with Michael Norman. He just rubbed doors with Anthony McCurry. I don't know what that was about. And look at Chris Kyle on the bottom. Oh, don't cause a wreck, though, rookie. Going under Barney Ward, a veteran who's bound for the championship last season. Norman, the points leader, bringing Sean Henley and Zohar Martin with him on the bottom. And Brody Banta led that lap, but his teammate Luke Walker took the lead in that 2 car. He tried to keep the lead, couldn't keep it. That 18 car looks like to be the fast car so far. He's able to stay up in the front as rookie Chris Kyle has got put in the middle back there in the sucker hole in that 22 Discount Tires Dodge Challenger. The drag race to the lines. Reed beats out Henley. Zohar goes a lane lower. And look who's behind Zohar in the... Oh, there's Joshua Collier. What is he doing on pit road? I think the 7 car just made an unscheduled pit stop. He wasn't involved in the wreck. Collier's coming back on the racetrack. And he's a lap down now in 35th. I don't know what happened to Collier. He started dead last. He's no longer in his Hellman's mayonnaise car, which he hates a lot. So he's not in that car anymore. But that's a tough break for Collier. And another bad break for him. Was going to bring up, and Sean Henley led that lap. Was going to bring up the 60 car. It's a Red Bull car right here. Paint scheme this week for Daniel Hummel for the Roush Fenway team. And they're going 4 wide for the lead. It's not going to work. Hummel is going for it. He's going way down below Luke Walker and Chris Kyle and his teammate Sean Henley. Henley's going to have to back out of it. Ooh, I don't think Henley had much of a choice. He's in the wall. Oh, and Joshua Osborne turned. He just turned whoever that was. Okay, but Henley's around. Jackson, McCurry. I was just kind of stunned by that happening. There's Michael Norman. I don't think he got a piece of it. That was mostly clean. Brett Yates has a little bit of rear end damage on the back of that 15 car. Cars are trying to get figured out in line. Looks like Brody Bant has a little bit of front end damage on the 4. I don't know if anybody else up here has damage, but they're coming to pit road. And Daniel Hummel's the race leader. But Joshua Osborne made the initial contact right there with the 16 of Charles Jackson, I believe. Turned the Memphis winner around. And maybe the 7 car might try to stay on the tail end of the lead lap. And try to get his lap back. As pit stops are happening once again. See who comes off first. Seth Cole might be the same way, and there's Sam Young on the racetrack up there. He's 3 laps down. You see Alex Jones. He's the furthest down of pit road so far. But I don't know who really got the worst piece of that wreck right there. Jackson got hit a couple times. Hindley was up against the wall. We'll have to go back and see. But that wasn't as bad as we thought it was going to be, as Hummel will lead off pit road. Looks like Zohar, Chris Kyle, Jake Rogers, Aaron Reed, Joshua Osborne, who's caused the wreck. There's Luke Walker, Trent Dunham, Brett Yates, Justin Williams, Alex Jones, Austin Ogo, and the rest of the field as they come out. We'll have to go back and take a look and see what happened though, but basically saw it live as they're working on the 9 and the 6 car right there. And everybody else looks like to be coming off pit road. And naturally, looking back at the lap, cars are pitting back there, so let's go see what happened to bring out the second caution of the day. Now Joshua Osborne might have been getting a little antsy right here to try to get around the 16 of Charles Jackson. He's right there trying to hug the white line. Jackson's right there. Rhett Yates, Rhett Yates, I think maybe the 15 might have come down to 16. The 81 was already there. Maybe that wasn't Osborne's fault after all. Jackson gets turned though, and he's going to slide up right into Rhett Yates. Right in front of Alex Jones, Anthony McCurry, Sean Hindley gets put in the wall, and he just got up there against the wall and just was in the wrong place, wrong time. There's where Banta gets his damage. McLeod sneaks by. Austin Ogo does. Dylan Young. Wow, how did he get through that? I don't know if he got a piece of that or not. Look at Barney Ward and Michael Norman just scrape against the wall. I'd rather have their doors scraped than their front ends pancaked in. That was great job by those two drivers. Ooh, Justin Williams and Ryan Juke right there smacked doors. That's what happened there. I don't know who has a lot of damage from that wreck. McCurry looks like he has a lot of damage to the 38 car right there. Charles Jackson has some rear end damage. Hindley had an extensive stay on pit road. And you saw Rhett Yates with the rear end damage as Seth Cole was on pit road. That's what happened, and we might need to take another look and see if the 15 car actually came down to 16 and caused him to go across the nose of the 81. We'll have to see about that. Alright, this is a helicopter view right here. As Rhett Yates is right here, he's loose. Jackson's sliding up, but I don't know. You can't really tell. Let's see this view. There was no contact. That was all Jackson right there and Osborne. Osborne must have been the one that actually turned the 16 and caused that. The 15 had nothing to do with that. He really didn't give him the 16 much room, but there was no contact between the 15 and the 16 car right there. And Joshua Osborne, I guess, since Jackson kept coming down, went off the nose of that 81 car, and that was it. And that's what caused that wreck right here. Ooh, and Aaron Williams, wow, he got very lucky not to get in that wreck, third in the standings. But some of the drivers got taken out early right here. See if they should be all be able to continue. We'll go back now to the restart and see what exactly is going to happen here next at Kansas. And we're back, get ready to go green here at Kansas. Nobody else dropped out of the race. Seth Cole is 3 laps down. Sam Young's still 3 laps down. Joshua Collard is 1 lap down. There he is. Some of these lap cars will be coming around to catch up. Daniel Hummel is your race leader. Zohar Munn is 2nd. Chris Kyle is up to 3rd in his first race. His new teammate Jake Rogers is 4th. Aaron Reed 5th. Joshua Osborne 6th. Luke Walker 7th. Trent Dunham 8th. Rhett Yates is up to 9th with a damaged car. And Justin Williams, who started out back, I believe, is in 10th. And the restart is here, and we're going green. And look at Collard. He really wants to get a quick caution. He's in a good position to get his lap back and get around that 60 car. Collard is up to speed, I believe, as Hummel slides up the track. And Chris Kyle is taking 2nd place away from Zohar Munn. We saw Callum Wells win the Cup Series last week at Texas in his final race. What if Chris Kyle could actually pull, ironically, an Eric Burton, who actually used to drive this car, and won his first race back, as Sam Youngton pushed all over the place back there. Hummel's going to hang on to the lead at least this lap in that 60, but Chris Kyle is there. Oh, Trent Dunham almost got into Joshua Osborne. He's really close with Aaron Reed. Sam Young's kind of just there. Brother Zohar's way up the track. Michael Causey making his first run at the front, along with Justin Williams and Austin Ogo. There is Causey right there, tied for the all-time wins list. This last win came at Kansas last season, but it was on the older configuration of the racetrack where it was not paved, and that's where Causey got his last win in the Nationwide Series. He has 5. He's looking for that 6th win to try to pass Ryan Acosta and have sole possession of the winningest driver in the series history. There's Alex Jones. He's worked his way back up there, and there's Ryan Acosta right there in the car that Michael Causey ironically used to drive. So much irony in this race. I don't even know. It just happens like that. That voodoo stuff. Oh, Josh McCollard and Daniel Hummel are racing their new line up there at the top. Their junior line. And Chris Kyle actually led the last lap by. So Kyle led his first career lap here today. It's a great job by that 22 car to hang up front and actually compete for the lead. And Michael Kazi is going for the lead right now as Austin Ogo, the 21, who's last in the points, led the last time by. Kazi's going to move him up the track. Kazi has the lead, but he's not going to have it for long. Alex Jones and Ryan Acosta are lined up from the bottom, along with Jake Rogers and Jack Richards on the 20, driving the Home Depot car this week, which was a late switch for the paint scheme situation because Barney Ward jumped back over to Dollar General this week. They didn't want to have confusion between the two cars, so Home Depot jumped on board that 20 car this week, and it looks pretty sporty out there. And his teammate Aaron Reed right behind him. So actually going to back up just a little bit and see what's going on. As Alex Jones led a lap, that's huge right there. There's Sean Gallagher and Danny Wells. They kept their nose clean. They just want to be here at the end of this race. They've hung out that most of the race. When they're getting really racy up here. There's Richard Johnson back here, Daniel Voyle, Rhett Yates. Back here is Michael Norman. Michael's currently running in the 24th position. There's Barney Ward, Randy Carpenter, and some of these others. There are cars off the pace. I guess Dylan Young did get a piece, but he's off the pace behind Charles Jackson, Cole Dally. And the caution is out. Oh, there's a huge crack. Oh, and Trent Dunham's in it, James McLeod, Luke Walker, Rhett Yates, Aaron Williams Jr., Barney Ward. Justin Williams was in it, I think. Mike Becker had a piece of it. I don't know who else did. Michael Kazi, Daniel Voiles. Alex Jones, second in the standings, is in trouble. There's damage to the branded Chevrolet right there. Joshua Osborne's on pit road. He was involved in this wreck. I don't know who else, if anybody had a piece of it. Michael Norman, the points leader. Heavy front end damage to that Voodoo City, or Voodoo Riders Chevrolet, I should say. Norman's in trouble. Top two in the stand. Actually, throw the top three in the points with Williams as well, all damaged from that wreck. Rohit Vaderview might have more damage. Ryan Acosta has a little bit of rear end damage. I don't know if any of these other drivers got a piece of it. I think they all snuck by. And leading was Aaron Reed, even though Zohar is coming down pit road first. We're pitting again, though. And the marathon of pit stops begin once again. We're actually not going to watch this time. We're going to go back to the replay real quick and skip through the pit stops and see what happened this time to bring out the third caution of the day. We're going to see look for any kind of contact. James McLeod and Sean Gallagher. Actually, Gallagher shoves McLeod up the racetrack. We might find out pretty soon here. Trent Dunham, is he going to get into the 34 now after he got shoved up? I think he is. Yep, there's the 24 getting to the 34. Luke Walker going to collect it. Alex Jones up there in the wall hard. Ryan Acosta. Daniel Hummel bounces off the 34. Continues on. Joshua Osborne, nowhere to go. Chris Kyle's going to avoid mostly. Yep. There's Austin Ogo getting in it. So he's driving back here, just had to whoa up. Oh, there's Michael Norman. He ran right in the back of Rhett Yates, who plows into Luke Walker. Richard Johnson got by. Daniel Voiles got a piece of it. There's Michael Kazi. Look at Barney Ward and Brody Banter. Oh, Barney Ward gets a piece of it, actually. He gets plowed into his teammate, but he had no choice. He got pushed there. Rohit Vaderview gets into it. Rhett Yates is down there. Trent Dunham's blocking up the track on the high side. Michael Kazi, Justin Williams. Aaron Reed's already got, or Aaron Williams, I should say, got turned around. And there was another big wreck that happened right here. As John Henley's going to try and sneaking by. But there's another big chunk of the field just got taken out. These people getting shoved up the racetrack into others. It's been basically what's happened. And a couple guys up at the top of the standings, actually the top three, are in trouble today here. Let's go back now for the restart here at Kansas and see what happens next. And we are back from the break. Drivers that dropped out of the race, James McLeod, Joshua Osborne, are actually the only two, I believe, that dropped out. Michael Norman and them actually stayed in the race. Looking back toward the back, there's Barney Ward, Michael Norman. They really have been knocking off the front of their car. They still look like they're pretty damaged. There's McCurry, Dollarton, there's Williams, Hindley, Becker, Daly, Voiles in it, Trent Dunham, there's Luke Walker. I mean, these guys really, looks like they didn't really have to repair much. They just went back out there. I don't know, that's weird. We're about to go green, though, as Zohar Mutton is the race leader. Kind of in the same situation as James McLeod, not doing good in the points. Had a race had in the bag. Bristol pitted, and the caution came out, basically. And Alex Jones is really going to scare me on this restart, how this is going to go. And Collard can't be happy letting come do that. And Ryan Acosta, who was involved in that wreck, is up to 6th place still. Ooh, Austin Ogo, that would have been a no-no. And we're looking back here just to make sure Rohit's getting really held up. Trying to get around the 31, who needs to get out of the way. He's very slow. Hopefully they'll get it situated. The field got the margin, or the field size just shrunk so much that I don't see how it could be much of a problem now at this point in the race. As Aaron Reed gets the lead, he passed his teammate Jack Richards and Zohar Martin, and here comes Jake Rogers, the sole Dodge up here with these 3 Toyotas. Is going for the lead in that 12 car. The former Mountain Dew Race Series champion up here racing hard, looking to get a win. Going for his first win of the season. Now Zohar is under him as they're 3 wide for the lead here at Kansas. There's Chris Kyle back there side by side with the lap car. Sam Young is up to speed and actually up there, but Sam not really racing for anything at this point. As Jake led that lap, but Zohar Martin has the lead. Jack Richards all over the back bumper him in that 20 car. And Chris Kyle, I mean, he's up there. And look at the guy right behind him. Like I said, hung around back all day, missed every wreck so far today, and look who's up battling the top 5, Sean Galligan. Driving the Wrangler paint scheme this week. He's actually going into Chris Kyle using that apron to his advantage. Galligan up here running for 3rd place in car number 3. Great run right now for Galligan. And look behind him. The other driver is back in the series. I should say not Chris Kyle, but Ryan Juke, who is back in the same car he was in last season. Back in the series first car. He's up here in the top 10 in that hefty car. Great run for him. Right now racing side by side with the other replacement driver, Chris Kyle. And they're battling amongst the top 10. And look at Ryan Juke go to the bottom. He's going to try to make a 3 wide on Galligan and Zohar. Can get the run. Jake Rogers trying to sneak up the middle between his teammate and Ryan Juke. Austin Ogo's back up here, who was spinning around that wreck, I believe. Got a little bit of it, but he's okay. Aaron Reed's still been up there all day. Jack Richards has taken the lead from Zohar Martin. Galligan, ooh, he might have given him a little bump right there. Galligan's going to muscle to the lead. I don't know if we've had Galligan lead a lap this season. It's not really been talked about at the front, but he's going to get this lap led as we're at 10 laps to go. And Danny Wells back there, the defending champion, making moves in the 5 car, that CarQuest Chevrolet. He's under Aaron Reed and Jake Rogers. He's going up there toward the top 5 and wants the lead. Danny would like to get a win today in that 5 car. Richard Johnson's up there. I haven't talked about him. Justin Williams, who was in the wreck, he's up there right now running, I believe, in the now 10th position as he's passing Chris Kyle. Randy Carpenter, nice recovery right there. He's in the top 12. Daniel Voiles, and there's Michael Norman pitting. Ryan Acosta's getting off the pace now, it looks like, a little bit. Hummel has damage. Austin Ogo led the last time by. He's under Galligan for the lead. And here comes Danny Wells and Richard Johnson. 3 wide for the lead. As we're under 10 laps to go, the racing is not, the intensity is not dropping at all. This race is like, it's been lap 1. Just high octane right now. Oh, be careful, they're going 4 wide. Jack Richards almost got hooked by Jake Rogers. Look at Randy Carpenter take it all the way to the bottom. Oh, they're going to wreck. And there they go. And Jack Richards, Justin Williams, Jake Rogers wrecked. I saw that coming. And there goes their good run. Please don't else hit them. Wow, Brody Benta. Oh my gosh. These guys are being very, very... Oh, and there they go. And there goes more cars for being stupid. Just running into each other. There's slow cars on the track. You're not supposed to keep driving into them. Okay. And leading back to the line will be Danny Wells, but that backstretch wreck, which is stupid. I don't know what they were doing. Charles Jackson just plowed in there, along with Luke Walker and Michael Causey and a couple others. Jake Rogers already on pit road. He got plowed. He was the one I think got hit. There's Jack Richards. Cole Daly was in it again. That 9 car's been in every wreck today, basically. Rohit Vaderview, we saw he was in the wreck again. Dylan Young got a piece of it. Brett Yates, I think, as well. Justin Williams was a part of the first wreck. And, yep, that's what just happened. And the leaders are coming down pit road once again. Oh, not everybody. Danny Wells is staying out. I don't know if anybody else stayed out with him. Randy Carpenter stayed out. Chris Kyle stayed out. Sean Henley stayed out. I don't know if any of these other guys are on the lead lap. Justin Williams has actually just got involved in the wreck. He stayed out. I don't know why, but Justin Williams stayed out. So there's a few cars that stayed out. That could play to advantage for the leader, Danny Wells, who's the only car up there really without any damage. So this could play a factor for Danny here in the late stages of today's race. Let's go see what happened to bring out the 4th caution today. But it's basically kind of obvious since we saw that one live too, but we'll go back and see it anyway. Well, we've seen it about 500,000 times today. Racing 4 wide leads to disaster, and I guess these guys haven't learned. Carpenter down the bottom. I don't know if Justin Williams and Jake Rogers just... Oh, Justin actually comes up. I guess he saw the 30. Justin slid up into Jake Rogers, and I guess he forgot there was a 20 car out there, and just shoved Jake Rogers up into Jack Richards, and Justin Williams and Rogers and Richards are all going to go for a ride, and Richards gets pancaked in the wall by the 29 and the 12. Justin Williams got a big chunk of that wreck, even though he stayed out to try to stay out, I guess, to get a good finish. Richards, heavy damage. Jake Rogers smoking. Now we got to continue on, see what happens here. Let's follow along with Jake Rogers. As first, Brody Banter makes a bonehead move right there. There goes Hindley, Voiles. Now who runs in the back of him? There goes Seth back. Oh, Jake's trying to come down. Charles Jackson was coming down. Maybe it wasn't as bad of a bonehead move as I thought. Jake maybe shouldn't have pulled down. My apologies to these guys, but wow, this really caused a big wreck. Cole Dowley. There goes Michael Causey. He's going to get in it. Luke Walker hits the 9 car. Roy Vaderview hits him head on. Dylan Young's going to run the back to the 11. And yeah, there was another big wreck that probably could have been prevented, but not. Brett Yates did not get involved in that, or Mike Becker. Some of these guys are just hoping these cars keep dropping out, like the points there, Michael Norman and Alex Jones second in the standings, just so they can gain more spots in the points, or just any points they can gain back. But that's why we're under caution for the 4th time today. As Danny Wells, your race leader, who actually stayed out. We'll see if this pit strategy plays off for the defending champion. We're going green. We're going to have 3 laps to go here at Kansas, and looking to see if any more drivers dropped out. Charles Jackson, Jake Rogers, Cole Dowley, and Jack Richards all dropped out of the race. Others continued on. And we're looking at the top 10 right now. We got Danny Wells at first, lap car Sam Young right there in the second car in line. But second place is Randy Carpenter. Third place is not Joshua Collard, it is Chris Kyle, who stayed out. Fourth place is Sean Hindley with damage. Fifth place is Justin Williams with damage. Michael Causey 7th with damage. Let's just continue to slide. Luke Walker, Brett Yates are damaged. First non-damaged car besides Danny Wells is in 9th place. Aaron Reed and Richard Johnson's 10th. I don't know what's going to happen, if they're going to be able to catch up or not, but this really playing into the hands of the defending champion, Danny Wells. As the green flag's out, going back racing here. And Danny has a huge advantage staying out. I'm looking back into that field, and the only car I think that has a chance at running down that 5 car is the car actually running through the field right now, and that's Chris Kyle. Already got around Randy Carpenter for second, going around the slow lap cars of Joshua Collard and Sam Young. I'm telling you, it's going to be about a 2-car race for this. And Chris Kyle's in a great spot to try to win this debut race. And they're pitting. Oh, and they are pitting. Well, that goes out the window. Sorry, Danny. And I don't know who's leading. Is it Ryan Juke? It is. Ryan Juke's leading. It's the caution. And the caution came out. Are you kidding me? And Ryan Juke took the lead. Oh my goodness, I feel like I'm watching one of Seth's races. It's happening to me now. Holy crap. Pit stops happened. Danny Wells gave up the lead, and a wreck happened. I don't know who wrecked. Brett Yates, Luke Walker, look like they wrecked. Justin Williams, probably those guys pitting. Causey. There's Dollarton leaving pit road. Alex Jones was in it. Randy Carpenter's leaving pit road. Sean Hindley, Chris Kyle, there's Trent Dunham. And there's Danny Wells, who we thought was going to victory lane. Galligan was in it. Anthony McCurry. Richard Johnson. I don't know if Aaron Williams got a piece of it. I think Brody Banta got in it again. I think Williams did as well. And Austin Ogo's in it. And the white flag is out. And as random as this race is going to be, it looks like Ryan Juke is going to win today in his return race. I don't think he won a race last season, but this is going to be Ryan Juke's first race back he's going to win. Alrighty, let's go with that. A surprise victory and a stunning upset today when this 14 car comes back around. That hefty car has won in the past, but it's been, I think, a while since that car won. Ryan Juke, he knows how to get it done. He's won in late race situations in the Mountain Dew Race Series. He won a cup race at Michigan, and he also won at Talladega. So it's not like Juke does not know what to do in these situations, but didn't even see him up there. I don't know what happened to like Aaron Reed and them, but I don't know. There was a wreck, I guess, that caused everything, and Juke was in the right place at the right time. He's going to come down here, and the checkered flag is in the air, and the returning Ryan Juke in the Rental Wraps hefty Toyota Camry is going to take the win and wins here at Kansas and takes the yellow transportation 300. Well, that gets about as bizarre as it gets in this race has been. That's about the way you should end it. Ryan Juke is going to victory lane in that 14 car. Oh, I don't know. I was going to say, have you ever, but I think we have seen it a couple times now, DW, but I don't know. This might be a first for me, but just a stunning turn of events leads to Ryan Juke's upset victory today here in Kansas. Picks up the win in his return race. And I'm just thinking, okay, I did not even think he was up there. He wasn't even in the top 10 on that final restart, so I didn't even know. But Ryan Juke's your winner today. Zohar Mutton is going to be the bridesmaid today in second. Wants to win really bad, but second place definitely would help him out. Daniel Hummel is going to come back to finish third with a damaged car. Ryan Acosta, also with a damaged car, finishes fourth. Aaron Reed, who we thought was going to be leading the situation, is fifth. He's slowing down back there. I don't know why they're slowing down. Okay. He finishes fifth. Daniel Voiles sixth. Dylan Young seventh. Mike Becker eighth. Rohit Vairview ninth, and Chris Kyle ends up 10th. I thought Chris Kyle pit. I guess so many cars wrecked right there at the end. I guess he's able to hang on and get a top 10 in his debut. So good job for him. Sean Henley 11th. Danny Wells leading. Had to pit with about a lap to go, and he's going to end up 12th. That's a tough break for Danny. It's kind of been his luck this season. Joshua Collard came back to finish on the lead lap in 13th. I guess Collard would take that. Randy Carpenter 14th, who restarted second. Chris Dollarton 15th. Aaron Williams Jr. 16th. Michael Cosby 17th. Brett Yates was 18th. And then basically everybody else dropped out of the race. Brody Banter, Richard Johnson, Anthony McCurry, Sean Gallagher, Trent Dunham. Sam Young was 2 laps down. Justin Williams, Luke Walker, Austin Ogo, Alex Jones. I think those like all the cars are in that wreck. Michael Norman was 4 laps down in 29th, the points leader. Jones, point out he finished 28th, right in front of him. Aaron Williams Jr. was 16th, so that's going to make stuff interesting a little bit, maybe toward everybody else. Barney Ward was 30th. Jack Richards, Cole Daly, Jake Rogers, Charles Jackson, Seth Cole was 10 laps down. Really couldn't gain much. Had a really slow car to keep coming back to pit road. Joshua Osborne, who I did spell his name right now since he never told me I spelled it wrong, but I fixed it anyway. James McLeod, Joshua Mudd, Xavier Livingston, James Qualls, the pole sitter, 40th, tough break. Steven Gonzalez, last week's winner, 41st, tough break, and Cody Lamas in 42nd. Now I'll go back and check the replay and see what happened, but I know somebody was coming to pit road and somebody got ran over, but don't know exactly who. About to find out. Now I think this is where the wreck initially started. Rhett Yates was right here. I think he comes down. Ooh, he's going to come down into eventual second place finisher Zohar Mutton, and Zohar's going to turn him. Oh, Richard Johnson, Sean Gallagher, they were going to have a great finish today, and they just got taken out thanks to Zohar's move. Gallagher's going to come back down. Ooh, he clipped Luke Walker, ran to Justin Williams, coordinates effect right there. Austin Ogo, Brody Banta, they all get in that wreck. Dylan Young sneaks by, and here comes Alex Jones in second group, the slower cars. And Jones is coming down, coming down, coming down. We're going to just catch Austin Ogo. His teammate Anthony McCurry has nowhere to go. And their cars, okay. Justin Williams and Alex Jones go for a flip. Almost a car high five right there. Chris Dollarton sneaks by. These guys are trying to pit. I think that's all they got involved, is Barney Ward and Seth Cole continue to go to pit road. Alex Jones just continues to flip. There comes Trent. Oh, Trent just runs into him. Wow. Not been a good day for Trent Dunham either. And a lot of drivers are going to be happy to get out of Kansas, it looks like, today. As it looks like it turned into a wreck fest today. And a lot of cars flipped over. And a lot of drivers' days were ruined, but not for Ryan Juke. The surprise upset victory for him. And we'll see that 14 car in victory lane momentarily. Alright guys, that was the reason for the last caution. Here's one last look of the running order. And remember to comment and everything. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more videos and races and all that. But that is it for the Yellow Transportation 300 at Kansas Speedway. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys for race number 10 in this series. And stay tuned for race 9. Also going to be here at Kansas Speedway. And yeah, we'll finish out the weekend, and we'll see the other drivers, including Ryan Juke, who got a cup ride as well. We'll see if he can try to sweep the weekend and just stun everybody this weekend here at Kansas. We'll find out, as along with the other driver, which was Aaron Reed, who is finished 5th today, back in the Cup Series. Those two drivers are going to be teammates in the Cup Series, driving for Robert Yates Racing, the 28 and the 38. We'll see how they do, along with the rest of the drivers. in the Mountain Race Series momentarily, or I should say later on during the week. Thanks for watching, guys. Congrats to Ryan Juke. The 14 team won last time, and I will see you guys for the Cup race at Kansas.